7022. Their website, marscarpet.com. Mars Carpet of Loma Linda.
I just might. Oh, I just might.
One of the best ways to build a healthier local economy is by shopping locally. Teamster Advantage is a shop local program started by Teamster Local 1932 that has brought together hundreds of locally owned businesses to provide discounts for residents who make shopping locally their priority. Everything from restaurants like Corky's to fun times at SB Raceway and much, much more. If you're not currently a Teamster and you want access to these local business discounts, contact Jennifer at 909-889-8377, extension 224. Give her a call. That number again is 909-889-8377, extension 224.
KCAA.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
All is not right, but we always say, all right. But all is right. It's as right as you're willing to make it. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen, and boy, do I have something to tell you this week. I probably have said it 1,000 times in the past, but it struck me as being immediately important, eminently critical. The tempter is as guilty as the tempted. As we see the willingness of our politicals to rip and strip and take away the rights, the entitlements, pull the scab of freedom. Some of us are sitting around watching it as if it were some type of TV show. Would you leave your money laying out on the front porch? Or even worse, would you leave it laying out on the sidewalk? And if you did, would you have nerve enough to call the police or tell somebody that it was stolen from you when someone walks by, sees your money laying in the street, unattended? Maybe attended well in that it was folded up and looking nice, but unattended, laying on the sidewalk. And they, being possibly religious people, think that this is a gift from God. Your money, your good stuff that you left laying around for anybody who came by to pick it up. And so they chose to pick it up. Who's guilty? So, Wallace, what are you talking about? Nobody leaves their money laying around like that. I don't know. They tell me that if you don't check your phone, see who will be paying out of your bank on your little fake subscriptions that people put out there, that you're giving money away. So don't tell me people don't just lay it out there without... Have you checked your budget? Have you checked your bank? Have you checked your credit card? Are you the only one using it? But those are light things. That's money. The one thing about money, you never have enough of it, and you always want to figure out how to get some more. If you don't believe me, look at the richest people on the planet. Not only are they, with all the money in the world, they want to take all of your rights and make you run around behind them with a sponge and a spoon. You know, do you pick it up and throw it away? Or are you so desperate you got to pick it up and eat it? But the point that I'm making and want to make is that we're being challenged. We're being challenged to stand up and say that what's valuable to us is valuable, that our rights are valuable, that our desire to be free is valuable, that our desire to be creative, that our desire to be able to speak, that our desire to be able to raise our families comfortably and securely, regardless of the color of our skin, or even more importantly, because of the color of our skin. Now, one of the things that they've been able to rob you of, that we've left laying out here, is because we're so comfortable with the fact that as black folk, black family, our black family looks everything except totally black. Matter of fact, that's one of the ways they keep splitting us up. They say, well, you know, you're a black family, well, you know, well, then they'll get us caught up in that. Well, you know, the dark skin and light skin and middle skin and no skin and tempting. We tempt the world as black folk because of our desire to be so godlike and willing to accept what God puts in front of us and usually make lemonade out of lemons. Well, we made America out of slavery. What? The greatest country in the world, built up out of our pain. I listened to our Secretary of State give an address in Europe yesterday, day before yesterday. And I say our Secretary of State because as unqualified as he is, he's still representing you and me. If you don't believe it, ask our Olympians. They're telling you that regardless of how good they are and how nice they've been to the world, that people are telling them boo. Why? Because of the folks that we have elected to represent us and the imagery that they give to the world. But I heard our Secretary of State, you know, give tremendous glory to Europe as the founders, as the builders, as the legacy creators of America. Matter of fact, he called us the children of Europe. The children of Europe didn't build the White House, I tell you that. They didn't pick no cotton. They didn't create the industrial power that the free labor of Africans did. And as we see, their lead character of the opposition to humanity, not to black folk, not the opposition to black folk, opposition to humanity, can't do a thing without bragging about it and putting his name on it. Matter of fact, he should put his name on toilet paper. Right? Should put his face on it. Matter of fact, maybe we should do that. Probably increase the sales of toilet paper and people start using it for decoration. Take credit. He wants to take credit for everything. Black folks ain't trying to take credit. We just do a little historical information flow so that you can make so we can make our children feel worthy, because the world tries to make us feel subhuman, even when we prove to be superhuman. The things that we've gone through, the passion that we've demonstrated, the patience that we've demonstrated, the love that we still demonstrate for villains as well as for victims. But all of that to say, that's a temptation. Our tempting the world by not being more culturally restrictive. Yeah, I want other people to sing and dance like us, but you know, don't tell me you originated it. Come on, Elvis. Come on. America would have starved during the World War I if it weren't for our peanut man, George Washington Carver. Did he? Well, he just made peanuts. No, he revolutionized the concept of farming. he recognized that there's chemicals in the dirt that if you do certain things with them or alternate your crops, you can. But he said it and did it and helped feed America during a time of World War that we just, we probably would have, especially those folks not sense enough to grow a garden. So all of this is to say I don't want to take up your time. I do want to adjust your mind about your time. I do want to adjust the fact that we are in control of very few things, except there's one powerful thing that we control every day, and that's our attitude. And if you wake up every day remembering who you are, remembering that you are here as a gift to the world. You think about some of the gifts you get and give. They get mistreated, they get overused, misused. Well, you are a gift. You're a gift because you have a talent that no one else has. You have an attitude that if you don't bring yours to the table will not be complete in its view of what's going on. We have our cultural contribution, we have our physical and mental, but most of all, that's important is our spiritual contribution. In the middle of suffering, in the middle of the pain, in the midst of the confusion, we still stand strong. Well, Wallace, we cry. Of course we cry. Of course we have internal problems. We have problems from the outside. But we have been here standing strong through the hurricanes of racism, Anyway, we're here and we're proud to be here, and be proud. Be proud of the fact that you're making history every day because nobody thought you'd be here. Nobody thought you'd be able to live through this thing without sacrificing every bit of cultural pride, every bit of historical remembrance. And so now we got a situation where they're just saying, well, you got to forget because we're not going to honor it anymore. Well, we're not here because somebody else honored your family. We're here because you've honored your family. You've honored your grandpa. You're the one who understood that when Mama said, I'm going to tell Daddy may going to get told or not, but it struck some fear in the hearts of those who were blessed enough to have a daddy. But many of us grew up in a time where Daddy was going to be the third or fourth one to get in your rump because the neighbor, whoever saw the offense, your uncle, whoever it was, they were going to whip your butt and then tell your daddy. And Daddy was going to be happy with that. Now we got people scared to, but folks, that's tempting. You're tempting the tempter to take your child. We're tempting the tempter to take our rights. Stand up. This is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen. We're going to take a very short break, and when we come back, we're going to introduce one of our cultural assets for the Inland Empire, Mr. Henry Andrade, talking to us about the great event that's taking place this afternoon with the bromatics, an Inland Empire grown vegetable that is good for you. We'll be right back.
KCAA.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
Henry on the line? All right, this is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen here on the great KCAA format platform. You guys will be able to pick this show up on any of the podcast platforms. You need to tell your friends about it. We're there. Just look for Empire Talks Back, or you can look for Wallace Allen. Don't look for any money. I don't know. Wouldn't that be something? Just be able to click in on my show and money starts coming out of your TV or radio. We have to be able to work on that. We got all these great technical experts. They need to come together with something that's going to pay you to listen. Good deal. Mr. Andrade. Henry, how are you doing?
Oh, doing well, Wallace. How you doing?
God is great. I'm extremely grateful. You know my thing. Man,
Absolutely.
Try to be so happy getting my share of oxygen with regular breathing. Man, what else could you want? Well, I guess there's a list of what else we could want. We're going to work on that too.
All right.
Henry, you and the Bromatics, the Inland Empire contribution to the world of what do we call your singing here? The extension of the heavenly angels. You guys are singing good. Every time I hear somebody talk about you, they talk about how well you perform, how great your show is, and you even have young people talking about how good your music is, and you're singing oldies and stuff, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Introducing them to the facts of life.
70s soul. It goes a long way, and a lot of the music today, obviously, in some of the current music, the music behind the lyrics is the 70s soul. So it's timeless music.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And one of the great things about today's appearance for you guys, it's going to be virtual. I know, as we've talked in the past, you've been doing shows, but a person has had to come to the show to see you.
Right.
Well, now they can sit at home day after Valentine's Day, and we're not competing with the All-Star basketball game, are we?
I don't believe so. I don't think so. But
either way,
I didn't follow that much.
Yeah, well, we're yeah, a lot of your fans are. So one of the things that we're going to be able to do is they can either hear your show live virtually,
right,
or they'll be able to see the recording of it. So we're going to get something, we being those folks who like the way you do it, we're going to get something that we haven't had before, and that is the opportunity to hear your music in a recorded format. Because we're going to record this show, right? This live show.
It's a live show. It's going to be recorded. The actual venue is actually going to be in Hemet, downtown Hemet, California. It's a little vendor called the Time for College. It's actually where we rehearse some of our songs, and that'll be. You can begin to go online 5 o'clock. The show actually begins at 5:30 to 8 p.m.
Okay, 5.
And we're actually going to perform 2 different sets. So we'll actually come on at about 6:30, and then probably 7:15, and then they'll have a couple of other acts in the show. So it's going to be a very nice show, very intimate setting.
Well, the beauty of it is, once again, it's not so much where it is, because that's going to be pretty much a private audience.
Yes.
We don't have room for everybody.
Yep.
But we do have room for everybody, because all they've got to do is hit the link. How will they be able to get to you? What is that link?
They have to go to our events page, which is Bromatics SoCal, and it'll pull up our event page, and then there'll be a link where it says a live show, and then they can click that beginning at 5 o'clock, and then they'll have the opportunity to watch the show.
Okay, so we're going to spell this out for them. Bromatics, BROMATICS.
And then SoCal, SOCAL.
SOCAL.com.
.com, but if you didn't use the .com, it still would pull up. But that is our page,
Okay, so really,
BromaticSoCal.com.
all they've got to do is go to Bromatics Southern SoCal,
Yes,
Bromatics SoCal, and as that opens up, there will be a sign there that lets them know how to come and click into the show.
yes, there will be. Yeah,
Oh man, that's dynamite!
pretty simple.
Can't beat that. Is it free? Yeah, I mean, are we making a little money on this?
The show is actually free. Yeah, it's actually free. So
Actually free. All right, folks.
it's
Now let me say this to you again, guys. You guys keep on playing around, trying to get by, and let the bromatics keep. Well, I'll go see him another time because you're gonna end up paying big money one of these days. These gentlemen know what to do and how to do it, and they do it well.
we're working hard.
Working hard, and I understand you guys are working on some original music, or is that just my wish list as opposed to your actualization?
No, actually, we just finished two recordings of re-recordings of two songs that we're actually going to perform tonight.
Oh,
And that's going to be "I'll Always Be Around" by the Spinners. We've added our little
all right.
bromatic flavor to it, and also "Everybody Plays the Fool" by the Main Ingredient. We've recorded those two songs and added our flavor to it. However, we are working on a couple of originals that will be available probably at the end of the summer.
Well, those songwriters will be very happy to know that you are waking those songs up and bringing them back out.
Absolutely.
And as much respect as I have for those original artists, I'm definitely looking forward to hearing how you guys have put it together. Once again, today at 5 o'clock, the gates open
Yes.
for this virtual program by the Bromatics. Is there a theme?
The theme tonight is old school soul with a love twist. It's Valentine's. We're extending, obviously, the Valentine's weekend. And Wallace, our philosophy with our songs, I call it LRDS. That's
LRDS.
love, romance, dance, and soul. We try to emphasize the love of these songs as much as we can, and as part of our song selection, making sure that we pick out the most loveliest songs. We try to emphasize the romance from the lyrics of these songs and the harmonies. Obviously, we want to make sure that we get up and dance from the rhythms that are provided from these old school 70s soul songs. And, these songs just get deep into your soul. And that's just the philosophy that we kind of wrap around not only the songs, but our presentations and how we put it together.
So we'll be able to check in about 9-10 months how effective you guys were in arousing the spirit of love and affection in our audience here.
You sure will be. And we, we prepare. We prepare, and we try to, we put a good show together, and it's, we want to make sure that we please our audience.
I'm very, very pleased to have you on and proud to be able to say that we share the same atmosphere, the same Inland Empire influence. I am bragging about you guys regularly, so we'll let many of these folks around the country get a chance to see what Wallace has been talking about.
All right.
It's the Bromatics. Henry Andretti, one of 5 members.
Actually, 4 now, Wallace. We have 4.
Okay, did you guys want me to drop in and sing tonight? I might be able to work that out.
We're always looking for that 5th guy, and
I've
we've been
already,
waiting.
Anthony's already been laughing at that now, and I just, in order for his joke to work, I will continue to let the world miss my singing. We'll just have to work this out some other kind of way. I'll have to sneak in, because if he heard about it, it would break his heart, and he's a good guy. I don't want to break his heart.
It would be the Bromatics plus Wallace.
Oh my goodness! Don't give me a first name on the deal. Oh no, I couldn't. That would put too much pressure on you guys.
Okay.
Oh Lord have mercy! Here I am talking crazy, and it's not even Summer Olympics time.
All right.
Summer Olympics. That's when my memory comes back to when I used to run the 100 in about 5.7.
Oh,
but
wow.
I never had anybody witness it, and when they did, they didn't believe it. So,
Okay.
but anyway, I am quite capable of having over imagination here. I didn't mean to show too much of that today. But I'm not imagining things when I tell people they're going to have a great time if they tune into Bromatics SoCal at 5 o'clock in anticipation of a couple of great shows by the Bromatics and some opening and other participating acts. Henry, I appreciate you guys very much. I will be in attendance.
Thank you, Wallace.
Thank you. God bless you and keep up the good work.
All right. It was a pleasure being here.
Very good. And you guys may have to come up with some money to help with baby milk and diapers for all of these good feelings you're about to stimulate. We'll talk to you later. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Take care. Thank you.
All right, they're going to take a short break and come back, and we're going to get a chance to talk to a mentor and some mentorees, and they're not temporary. They're part of a tradition. And as we talk about tempting and being tempted, we want to tempt our young folks with opportunity and sit back and enjoy the results of the temptation that they have followed up with in their decision to be good citizens, in their decision to be strong men, in their decision to make America stay balanced or get balanced and correct. Okay, we're going to be right back after this short break.
Publish your legal notice in West Side Story newspaper. For the best service and the best rates, call 909-384-8131. Publishing legal notices in the city and county of San Bernardino since 1990. West Side Story provides friendly expert service. Call 909-384-8131 to benefit from budget-friendly rates. Whether a fictitious business name, a name change, a divorce summons, or any other legal or public notice, call West Side Story newspaper 909-384-8131. 909-384-8131. That's 909-384-8131.
All right, this is Empire Talks Back. I'm Wallace Allen, and I am bringing you some folks in all the way from Greece. Well, it's a Greek fraternity. They're not actually stepping up with Greek soil on their shoes, but they do have a tradition that is embedded in the Greek fraternal societies. I have Mr. Louis Winder, yes, and Jackson and Caden. These young men, Jackson and Caden, are young men. Louis is a matured, fully established member of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity, the alumni chapter here in Riverside.
That's correct.
Very good. Okay, tell us a little bit, Louis, about the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity and this particular program that has these young men involved.
All right, so Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity started in 1911 and started at Indiana University. And basically it was started because the environment at Indiana University was not supportive of African American students. And so these young men, 10 young men, came together to form this fraternity as a way to have a network of support while they were going through college.
Yeah, it's very important. College is, it sounds exciting, but when you get in that car and mom and dad drop you off, or you get off the bus or off the train, or in some cases maybe walked,
Yep.
To get there, it's a situation where you want to be. It's competitive, but you've got people that want to instruct you and teach you, but you understand there's a challenge, but you still would like to have a nice, safe place to talk to other people and have a means of relating to what's going on there.
Exactly.
And quite frankly, we ask, well, why do they have to have black fraternities and black sororities? I don't know. Tell me why they got to have a black American Legion. I mean, that's a lot closer to, what the traditions of America are, because America is racist. America grew up on the racist feeding that was they call necessary in order to get people to work free and build a country as great as America. If African Americans can relate to it and not throw bombs and burn houses down, I don't know why the rest of the world has a problem, and I won't say rest of the world, why some American white people have a problem with admitting the fact that America was as much built by black folk as anyone else, whether they were under the stress of enslavement or under the influence of inspiration, like many of the black entrepreneurs who've been successful in America. So
Yep.
so the reason for a black fraternity was pretty obvious to those who have an education beyond high school.
Exactly. And so 115 years, we're still going strong. We are a nationwide fraternity. In fact, we were the first registered fraternity in the country.
I would say you're probably international.
Yep. And so
Right.
we do have international chapters, and so we are more than 155,000 strong worldwide. And our local chapter here in Riverside, we've been here. We'll be 59 years this month.
Okay.
Next year, this time we'll be celebrating our 60th anniversary, and one of the brothers that was on the first line for that chapter, I'm sure you know, Brother Alvin Stevens.
Yes.
And so Brother Stevens brought me into the chapter,
All right.
and I am just grateful to what he and his wife Olafe have done for me. But to continue with the chapter,
you're talking about a couple of anchors to the Inland Empire. They no longer live here. I think they're in Texas
they're in
now.
Texas, yes.
But they certainly have left a big footprint and a long shadow that many people find comfort in stepping into the footprint and sheltering in the shadow.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we're part of the Kappa League mentoring program in Riverside Alumni Chapter. Kappa League is the oldest African American mentoring program in the country. It's under our National Guide Right mentoring program that's 100 years old. And so our chapter has had a Kappa League program for the past, we're going into our 11th year now. We started with 3 young men back in 2014, and now we're up to 43, 44 young men that we're mentoring each year.
So this year you're mentoring how many?
43 young men.
All at the same time.
When they show up, all at the same time.
When they the echo, we depend on the echo.
Yep.
We hear them singing the song that's not playing, so it's playing in their brain, and the lessons and the input you're giving them is echoing in their brain.
Yep, we hope so.
Well, you brought a couple of young men here with you. You have Jackson and Caden, and Jackson, you've got that microphone in front of you. What does this mentorship mean to you? What's going on?
Well, before I answer that, I would just like to introduce myself. I am Jackson Griffin. I am currently 17 years old. I go to Summit High, and I've been with Kappa League since 2019. I say what Kappa League means to me. I say it's a means of cultivating life, having what's called leadership skills before you enter the world, before you're 18. I say that will really help you in your development, especially when going to college, or let's say you just go straight to the military or find a job immediately after school. I say it really helps you, and they branch off into different career choices, or aspects of leadership. They just don't focus on one broad meaning. They really dive deep into that concept and strip and analyze every single choice of leadership you could take in life. I say that's what it means to me being a Kappa Leaguer. I say that's what it means to me.
Caden, would you like to add to that?
Yes, of course. So first of all, my name's Caden Camacho. I'm a 12th grader at Norco High School, and I just want to say hi, Lincoln, Hannah, and Mom, since I know you guys are listening. So, sorry, I just had to sneak that in. So, what I would say Kappa League means to me is just development, 100% development, as in character. It turned me into a leader. Before I even joined Kappa League, I was really, really timid. I didn't like to talk at all. I couldn't even look people in the eye. I had no sense of leadership at all. But ever since I came into Kappa League, I found a brotherhood. It was a family, community. I had people I could reach out to. I didn't know what I wanted to do in life until I got into here, and I learned a lot of different, a lot of different career paths, a lot of them. And oops, excuse me.
No, I was shouldn't interrupt you, but
No,
you
you're
know, I
good.
get excited when I hear
No,
you
you're
guys
good.
get
No,
excited about
you're
what you're
good.
doing
You're
there.
good.
So you said different career paths. So you were thinking about some things, and now you've been exposed to some other things. What has that vision of career path looked like?
So
What have you thought about, and what have you changed your mind, and what has come about in making those changes, and where do you stand now as you look forward?
all right. So I would say sophomore year. I would say at the start of my high school year.
What year are you in now?
I'm in 12th grade. So
12th grade,
I'm
you're
a
in your
senior.
senior year,
Yes, sir.
high
So
school.
I'm about to exit. So
Yeah, all right now.
getting there. But I would say at the start of my freshman year, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just thought I was just gonna take the route of just going to college and then just finding what I want to do there. But then once I got in the Kappa League, my mentor, Mr. Winder here, he was in the Air Force, and I had passed. Initially, I had interest in the Air Force, but I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. So once I learned, we had some mentors that were in the military, especially high ranking. They knew everything. They knew everything. And then not even just the military, from pharmaceutical to dentistry to entrepreneurship. So many things that opened up. So I started to discover myself, started to discover what my interests were, what my dislikes were, and then that's where I started going. So I started to lean towards military. Because I wanted to travel. So as I started to talk to them more and everything, and learn the perks of military and all that, that's when I was like, yeah, this is really what I want to do. This is where my heart is at. So I spoke to the mentors, and then I wanted to do pharmacy too on top of that. So I started to topple over if I wanted to do pharmacy or dentistry, and then I was like, yeah, pharmacy, I think that's what I really want to do. And then yeah, so that's where I currently stand today. So I am currently enlisting to the Air Force and going into pharmacy.
You're currently interested and planning to enlist in
Yes,
the
sir.
Air Force. You haven't currently enlisted.
Yes, sir.
Do you take them this early, Lou?
They can do delayed enlistment, but we generally like for them to finish high school.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Jackson, what brought you into the Kappa League?
Well, truthfully, it's because my mom forced me to. I
Yeah.
would not lie.
Yeah.
Right. So
First of all, let me say this. I do
Jackson
want you to be truthful.
Jackson came kind of kicking and screaming as a seventh grader.
Good. That's the, anyway, your mom insisted.
Yes, I was initially like, I didn't really want to do this when I was
Okay.
first. I was like,
But mom insisted.
yeah, right, and
And you must have had some success in the past in disagreeing with mom about what you were going to do. Otherwise, you wouldn't have felt the strength in saying, "No, I don't want to do this." So, "No, I don't want to do this" worked to some extent in the past, right?
I say it's more like 70, like
But one
70%
time.
of the time,
One time.
it did not work. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's all it takes is one time. Well, that's what the tempter and the tempted. That's all they need is one time. So she tempted you by saying, "Okay, we'll let you have your way," and you took advantage of that. Said, "Oh, I got this going on," but she put a stop to that at some point and said, "No, you're going to go do this one." And being a man of analysis, right? You figured it out that she was serious, right?
Yeah.
So you did it. I mean, it's important to understand that you're making choices when you're making choices. A lot of times we make choices and think that, well, no, you made a dynamic choice that you were going to adhere to what your mother said. And when you think about it, that seems like it should be a natural thing. But the natural thing seems to be that as parents grow their kids up and build strength in them, the first place the kids want to exercise that strength is against their parents, which seems to be the natural flow. Congratulations to you and your mother for being able to cross that bridge of, well, all of us think we know everything.
And we've had several young men who came to us under the strong influence of their parents,
Well,
particularly
you've
their
got
mothers.
some guys probably who crossed them burning sands under some strong influence too.
Same thing. yep.
Okay, so I mean, making the decision to be what you want to be is a strong decision, because the tempter, the life of ease, the life of what's across the fence that looks greener, is always there. That's the thing that can tempt you to be unsuccessful. That's the thing that can make you feel and rationalize your lack of success. Is because, well, they did something, or I was attracted to the wrong girl, or I should have did. It's never too late to get yourself straight, and that's what you'll get in the habit of learning as a young person, because we all make mistakes. And Lewis has probably got a decision he's going to make in the next 2 or 3 months that's going to be major. You never get out of that situation. And he probably right now has no idea what it is. And I'm old enough to know that it's going to occur. Things are going to come up that your past and your presence are going to be challenged by, and you have to intellectually and physically figure it out. And you guys are creating a brotherhood, a group of folks that you can lean on and depend on to talk to. Just like you maybe didn't want to get into the group. Once you're in the group, I'm sure as great as the atmosphere is of brotherhood, I'm sure there's some people in your brotherhood that kind of make you want to, but that's the point of having that established brotherhood, because that means they're family. And that means you've got to cross that bridge of dissension.
Yeah, and that's one of the, and one of the phases that we cover, our competition phase, is how do you deal with
What kind of
structures like that?
competitions do you get them involved in?
So recently
and as well as that, it's kind of social.
Right.
Yeah.
So last week we had our session and we talked about AI. I was like, okay, who thinks AI is positive? Who thinks AI is negative? And we basically divided the room into the positive and negatives, and then they had to go against each other in the debate to try to justify their position. And so that was one aspect of competition. Obviously, sports is another aspect, and we talk about politics. But that was our most recent episode where we had a really good discussion about AI. There are some who think AI is all good, and there are some who don't trust AI. And both sides had strong positions that they were trying to defend. But the whole fact that they were able to verbalize it and put together their positions is what we were trying to teach them.
And not only putting together their position, but realizing that those two extremes really create the path for going forward, because nothing is perfect, and anything should be able to be examined and pass
Right.
examination.
Right.
And you want to be able to do that. We are tempted to, with competition, create a winner and a loser. But when we do internal competition, intramural, say like it's to build a route. It's not to build a winner or a loser. It's to build the route between those people who are a team, because the people who are on the left side and people on the right side are still part of that circle. We've forgotten that here in America at this point politically. We have drawn lines that we stand on, and once we take the assignment to defend one side or the other, we have forgotten that the whole purpose isn't to defend that side forever, but to defend that side to the point of where we can merge it with the other side. Why? Because we're all on the same team. And that's hard to remember, especially when you fight hard for your team.
Right.
You're playing basketball, football, you're trying to win. If you're playing brain games, you're trying to win. If you're playing a game of chess, you're trying to win. But when you lose, how you respond is very important. What type of social activities have they done with the general public to help them with their service
Okay,
to the public?
so there's
Because I know
three,
that's a very important part
yeah,
of your
there's
fraternity.
three things that we've done this year. In November, we supported the Riverside Fair Housing Council's food giveaway. These young men would come out, unpack frozen turkeys, prepare the food baskets, and as the people are lined up and coming through, they hand out the food baskets and put it in their containers or whatever. So that's one community service activity. In December, we have a program called Shop with a Kappa. This year, or in December, we supported 45 kids with a shopping experience at Macy's at the Galleria Mall. Each of those kids had a $100 credit that they could spend, and the Kappa Leaguers here served as shopping matter experts. So they guided the kids. The kids would ask them whether it was toys that they wanted to get. You know, they would ask these Kappa Leaguers for advice. Is this a good toy? What should I be thinking about here? For the older kids, it was clothes. And so the Kappa Leaguers were able to advise those kids on that. So we had kids from age 5 to 16 that we were supporting. And that was a really worthwhile experience. Macy's did an outstanding job supporting that effort. What we have coming up is our annual Black and White Scholarship Ball, which is going to take place on March 7th at the Doubletree Inn in Ontario, California. One aspect of that ball is having our Kappa Leaguers serve as escorts for the guests as they arrive and check in. So they will be in nice formal outfits. They'll meet the guests at the check-in table and then escort them to their assigned table. Another feature of the Black and White Ball, which is particularly emotional for the seniors and their moms, we have incorporated using the seniors and their moms in a dance routine during the ball. The first time we did that was 3 years ago, and there was not a dry eye in the room. And so we have continued that tradition, and Jackson and Caden will be dancing with their moms in a couple of weeks. They're going through rigorous rehearsals right now, but they'll be dancing with their moms in a couple of weeks. So that's something that the people can look forward to and really come out and enjoy and support our scholarship program. Last year, we had 12 seniors. 2 of them got really good NIL deals, but the other 10 were available for our scholarships. This year, we have 7 seniors, and we're pressing them all to apply for the scholarship because everybody needs money to go to college. And so the scholarship ball is one way we raise money for our scholarships. We also have a golf tournament that we have in the fall that raises money for the scholarships. And our Kappa Leaguers support all of those events. And so
Excellent.
they get a chance to see how things are organized, and they get a chance to serve the community at the same time.
I would like to step back into that experience you guys did with the younger groups, because you guys working with younger kids seems to be, I know it's got to be very important and impressive to those young folk to be around the big kids, you know. What do you remember about that experience, the shopping experience, that would be worth recanting at this point? Jackson.
I'd say what I worth remembering is just seeing the kids happy about getting the stuff they actually wanted. And
Did you work with one certain kid, or you guys kind of worked as groups with them and they pulled on whoever's coattail was close to them?
I worked with one kid. Yeah, I was assigned to one kid, and what's it called? It was a really good experience, I must say. Like seeing the kid actually, you know, experience immense joy and like happiness that's pretty satisfying, I must say. Like to like help someone and guide them to what they want and to do the calculations to how much money or credit they have left. I don't know, I say it's pretty enjoyable.
Very good. Caden, did you your experience with that?
All right. So I would say my experience was more than just helping the kids and just being with them. I would say it was definitely a lesson of empathy and gratitude for sure. Because when I would help the kids, they would be happy over stuff that I used to have as a kid that was just really normal. So seeing that, it was just really surprising because like you guys are so happy over this and it's not even, you know, that crazy. And it makes it really puts it in perspective how good you have it and you don't realize it. So ever since I did that for the first time, it gave me a huge sense of gratitude just for life in general, realizing, how good I had it growing up.
Very good. Lewis, does that particular program keep these young men in touch with those young folks that they were serving that day or at that time? It seems like a great opportunity to continue that mentorship, but it's, once again, having a program to do that, it would be very demanding.
It would be, and we don't do that. Usually, most of these kids come from foster family agencies that we have, collaborated with, and so we'll get the names probably 2 to 3 weeks prior to the event, and so there's not a continuing relationship like that.
Is there any, I guess with foster kids, you have to be with the state and stuff involved. Is there any legal reason for that, or can we?
No legal reason. I think, like you mentioned, it would be an additional management effort for us to try to maintain a relationship with those kids, particularly given if they're not in a, it's not the same kids every year.
Right.
So if it's not in a stable situation, it would be hard to try to maintain that.
So once again, nothing is perfect.
Right.
And every effort is one that we need to applaud and give you great credit for.
And Wallace, one other thing, one of the comments, and they've kind of alluded to it, a lot of these kids have never been Christmas shopping and never been shopping to the point to where they can buy something for themselves, buy something for their siblings.
A lot of those kids have been abused.
Yep.
A lot of those kids, as foster kids, have been left at night wondering what tomorrow will bring.
Right.
A lot of those kids have not felt the love from a stranger that they could trust. And to find and touch that is amazing. And to lose track of it is tragic. Now, I always do this, and I'm, not to press you up against the wall to say, but if there was any wish that I could make at this point that I would be able or willing to help facilitate, it would be to maintain that contact, or at least allow those children to know that there is a group that if you have a problem, if you have an issue outside of your normal fence, because they are fenced in, there is someone that is willing to advocate for you, because you got to be careful. They are young children.
Right.
But because of that, many times the folks that are corralling them feel the security of, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
As opposed to the way a parent does, I'm in charge and I love my children, but I will accept support. So that's my thought on it, and I would hope that you would let that marinate, because I know that there is love and true concern for our community coming from your organization and bleeding into the members that you're bringing into the fray here. My other quest is, we're out of time. This is the quickest hour on radio. And under the pressing forward with my monologue earlier, I need you guys to go out and register people to vote. I need you guys to get real involved in registering to vote, and I need the Capitas to get involved in helping people secure whatever identification they need to be able to get to do that.
Yep.
And we raise the money to do it, and whatever I can do to be helpful, I want to be helpful to do that.
All right.
All right.
Sounds
God bless
good.
you guys. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for the opportunity.
More importantly, thank you for going out to do those things that you're doing. And folks, we need to support that scholarship ball.
Yep.
How can we do that?
Go to Event. It's not Eventbrite. It's Event Hero website, and they can buy the tickets there, or they can go to.
That's just one thing.
Okay, so they can go
Eventbrite.
The Event Hero.
Event Hero.
Yep.
It's the Kappa Alpha Psi Black and White Scholarship Ball.
Yep.
And if you have any question about it, give Wallace a call, 909-915-7922.
All right.
909. Write it down. Go get the pen. Your memory's not that good. Come on now. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. 909-915-7922. Call Wallace if you got any questions about how to support the Kappas, and I will put you in touch with the right folk. God bless you. Thank you so much for coming in today. I know you could have done 1,000 things, and don't forget, Bromatics SoCal, 5 o'clock, 5:30, so that you will be part of this wonderful virtual rock and roll oldies program that the Inland Empire's finest will be providing for you absolutely free. This time. Don't cost you money next time, I promise. All right, see you guys next time. God bless you. See you under two circumstances. One, if the good Lord's willing. Two, if the creek don't rise. God bless you.
Thank you. NBC News on KCAA Loma Linda, sponsored by Teamsters Local 1932, protecting the future of working families. Teamsters1932.org.
NBC News Radio.